Why would anyone study history when there are no jobs? Well, in episode 2 of the Historian Diaries, I'm going to be explaining a little bit about why I chose to study for a history PhD as I prepare for a day in Oxford. Now, I could tell you that it was the stories about the Titanic that my mom told me when I was in the 3rd grade, or the classes that I took in high school, but really, it was a community college class on race, ethnicity, and immigration that really changed my mind about the study of history and why I wanted to be a part of it. The class began with definitions, the difference between emigration, immigration, ethnicity, and race. But in addition to terms, what we focused primarily on were the stories of individuals and communities across time. And it was these stories that I connected with. It wasn't a bunch of dates, events, and people put onto a term card and studied for an exam. It was the stories about the interconnectedness of human beings, globalization, and also studies that we might not even think about. For example, the impact of non-human actors, animals, on how it is that systems were formed and how it is that they collapsed. And so I decided to take classes in women's history, Southeast Asian religion, the economics of ancient civilizations, as well as the classes that always drew my attention, which were on early America. Now, I'm pursuing a dissertation because I had a burning question. This is often the origin point for many PhD students and scholars, that we've started with a question that then led us to a source and then ultimately to a study. Writing a dissertation and doing the research that culminates in it is like putting together a puzzle. It's a quest, trying to find the answers within an archive that often leads you somewhere that you weren't expecting. It's starting with a hypothesis and then allowing the sources to drive you forward. And so I study history because I'm curious, because I'm interested in law, I'm interested in people, and if you want to know exactly what led me to my research topic, then you're going to have to stick around for episode 3.